So I don't know if I've really talked about this before, but wow, Skeleton Knight really does storytelling really, really well. Like if I'm thinking back, we've watched a total of now 9 episodes of Skeleton Knight this season so far. And on episode number 9, we pretty much wrapped up the arc of the Beast People. So if I kind of think of this in like little bite-sized arcs, right? Because now we have episode, I think there's 12 or maybe 13 episodes this season. I think I'm gonna say 12 just for sake of argument. We have episode 10, 11, and 12, right? So we have 3 episodes. So if we kind of think about it this way, right? We have like the first 3 episodes, which is kind of like setting up arc in this world, kind of him getting used to him being a skeleton, him finding out what the hell's going on, him finding Ponta, and then him finding Ariane. And then that's the first 3, right? And then we kind of started on the next arc, which was finding all of the elf people, right? So going to the elf village, finding the elf people, and rescuing the elf people. Then that transition into, and during this time he met the beast, he met the ninja kitty girl, right? So during this time he met Ninja Kitty, and then we transition into here, and episodes 7, 8, and 9 were all about beast people. So it's all about helping out the beast people, rescuing the beast people, and now we've officially gotten complete, and now we've learned about this empire, which is the holy city, holy empire, blah blah blah, right? And we found out that this holy empire is the one that provided the other princes, the princes, not princesses, but the other princes, the rings. And the rings are the ones that have been controlling the wolves and the monsters and the people that Ark has basically overcome. Not people, but the monsters that Ark has overcome so far by breaking up the little rings that have been around their feet or their hands or whatever, and they've been attacking people, right? So it kind of all come together now. So now we have this kingdom that they were at, and now we have this bigger thread, which is the empire, which this douchey red hair dude is the emperor of, or whatever. And we found out that, okay, now these people are like the actual masterminds of everything that's going on, and everybody else are just chess pieces on the board for them. At least that's how it's depicted so far. So now as Ariane and Ark are making their way to the Holy Empire of Revlon, then that basically starts up our next arc, which is the Empire arc, I'll call it, which is for them to go and free the elf people from that specific empire. Then it transitioned and showed us some dude controlling a bunch of worms or something, which he's probably gonna be like the big enemy or whatever, the one hired by the Empire. That Ark will inevitably overcome, no problem, because Ark is super overpowered. But regardless, extremely interesting, and it's just something that I haven't really talked about before, of just how well Skeleton Knight really does plot and really does storytelling, and the setup is seemingly flawless. So like that in itself is super commendable, because that's one of the areas that some anime doesn't get right, and I haven't touched on it really before, and if I have, I didn't touch on it specifically, so I definitely wanted to do that here. Just say like, yo, how well and how good is it that this anime really does that, and how underrated is this anime overall. Now, this episode, of course, of Skeleton Knight, again, was them finally saving all the beast people, was Ark working with Goemon, with them having, them becoming BFFs, and then them finally finding out from our favorite Ninja Kitty that, hey, here's where the other elves are, them completing their mission to save all the beast people, us finding out, the whole entire prince situation, and really I felt like the episode was pretty long, but really it actually went by pretty quickly. But, us essentially finding out all that information, them, not being able to save all the beast people, but most of the beast people, essentially. So all of it was really, 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 really interesting and really, really good as well. And it was really cool to be able to see them, be able to see Chiyomi and Ariane work together. It was great to see Goemon and Ark work together. And ultimately, it was great to see them actually be able to save the beast people, at least all of those who were still of the living as well. So really good episode, and I just really love the setup for what's to come as we continue to move forward. To the final episodes of the season. But overall, really enjoyable episode of Skeleton Knight. Loved everything that it did. Loved the stakes that are at stake. Loved the whole thing going on with the kingdom. I love the princess that arc ended up saving, which I hope that comes full circle. Probably on a season 2 or a core 2 or whatever comes for Skeleton Knight. But I hope that comes full circle because, Arg is now her savior. So hopefully he's able to get a body, and maybe the princess comes into play later on. Obviously, Ariane's main girl, but I just want to see kind of what happens with the princess as she discovers her savior, her angel, is real. I think that's going to be very interesting. And what factors does he have in this whole kingdom empire, farce for the throne, all this other stuff? I think is all extremely interesting, and there's a lot to be explored, which makes it really cool to think about what the future of the anime could be, because it could go a lot of different directions. But overall, episode number 9, The Capital in Chaos and the Maiden's Oath, was absolutely fantastic. Do me a huge favor, if you're not already, make sure you guys subscribe. I need to get better at this, to say it at the beginning. When I start the video, I'm just like, I just want to talk about the anime, but only about 5% of you guys are subscribed, so please make sure you guys hit subscribe. If you're watching this for whatever reason and you're not subscribed, I definitely appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Thursday for episode number 10 of Skeleton Knight in Another World. All right, my friends, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the anime overall. And as always, I appreciate you being here. So I'll see you guys next week. Peace out, my friends.